eyes to understand that they can live a better version of their lives. And so without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to this female boss, Miss Wanda Webb. Wanda, are you there?
How are you, love?
I'm good, love bug. Take it away, love.
Awesome. Okay, guys, what's going on? Wow, there's a lot of you on the line, and that is super exciting. And even more so, it's just another, it's another proof. It's proof that, this is going viral. This is huge. What we're doing is big. My name is Wanda Webb. I have the pleasure of just sharing some information with you this evening. Now, what you need to know before we get started, there is nothing that I'm going to say that is theory, okay? Everything you are about to hear is something that is proven, that is working, that is happening right now, all over the globe, all up in your network, and you didn't know about it until now. So consider yourself lucky because somebody invited you to something that is exclusive. And it's the veil of exclusivity that keeps this fun and allows us to protect what we have. If someone invited you, that means they at least see that they can have some fun with you or add some fun to your life. So I saw this information about 5 years ago, and when I saw this, I was a full-time nurse, and my husband was a full-time pilot, United States Air Force. To be frank, we were exactly where we wanted to be, and it didn't make any sense to us. We had the careers that we had chased for several years, and we were still missing some type of fulfillment. Maybe because we were overworking. Together we have 5 children, and we weren't spending a lot of time with them or creating a lot of memories. So many of you guys can relate. That does leave some type of void to be filled. And when I saw this, I saw 2 things tonight. So I saw 2 things, and I'm going to share those 2 things with you tonight. Now, I like to say I'm going to be 2 different people with you. I believe that we all have a whole bunch of different friends, We've got our friends that can tell us about fashion. We got our friends that'll tell us about relationship. And we have our friends that'll tell us about pop culture. We have all types of friends in our life. Well, tonight I'm going to be 2 different friends to you this evening. I'm going to be, first, your fun friend. Put some fun in your life because that's what we do best. And that is what we are most excited to share with you. And then I'm going to be your money friend. Wow. What I've learned is a lot of us do not have money friends. It's amazing that we have friends that'll tell us about our eyebrows and our nails, but we don't have friends that'll tell us about our bank account. And here's what I believe. If you're a good friend to me and you found a way being a good friend, you need to let me in. Tonight, I'm going to be a good friend to you, and I'm going to show you a way. Well, we're going to start off with the fun part first. So let me go ahead here and share my screen. And I want you to understand I'm going to go quickly, but because I respect your time, and more importantly, because the information you're about to see is super simple. It doesn't take a lot of information or a lot of time at all to understand what we got going on. So the name of the company is World Ventures. I saw this idea 5 years ago, and in that amount of time, I've been able to see how much it has grown. It's 12 years old now with over 700 employees out of Plano, Texas. That's our big, beautiful corporate building. If you have the pleasure of being in where I'm at, around Dallas, Texas, you can ride right by that beauty on Tennyson Drive. And we're in all 50 states and over 30 countries worldwide. That's huge to me because that was just another layer of proof. We're the top 100 in how we market our product and how we sell our product. And we're one of the fastest growing companies in the country. That's a big deal as well. You got to understand that there's countries being birthed every single day. And in these 12 years, even though we're a baby company, we've been able to prove ourselves in what we do. What we do is dream trips. Not trips, not vacations, dream trips. We offer 4- and 5-star vacations for regular people who can afford 2- and 3-star prices. That was me. As a nurse, I was not going to spend $7,000, $10,000 to go to Fiji, but I could spend a couple of $100s to go somewhere. And when I saw this information, I realized this was the way. This was the way for me to finally own a passport. I love the company handles every single detail, handles all the planning, handles everything for me, and it's inclusive of my whole household, my spouse, my children. It's me plus another adult. So if I want to take my sister somewhere, my mom somewhere, I get to. So my membership is not just for me. You don't have to buy one for everyone in your life. You plus an adult and children is all covered in one membership. Now here's an example of what we do, because that was my first question right away. I said, okay, you tell me that the prices are good and that you have 4- and 5-star, 2- and 3-star prices. Show me. And here's a 3-day library, $249, 6 days, 5 nights cruise to the Caribbean. And you see that little white down right there where it says up to 100 points to get to a 5. Well, every time I say 5 point, I want you to subtract points. everybody gets them. The 249, 6 days, 5 nights, all your food, all inclusive, and just immense value there, guys. I'm not asking to spend that kind of money at Target one evening, and it does not compare to a trip to the Caribbean. So how does it work? Before I show you any more trips, how does that make sense? How are we able to do that? Okay, take a bottle of water, for example. If I go to the store and buy a bottle of water, it's about $1, right? But if I go to Sam's or Coca-Cola and I get it in a pre-pack, what does this drop down to? 7, 8 cents? Now, is it because the corner store is just making way more massive margins than Sam's Club? No. It's because Sam's Club and Costco are buying it differently. They're buying it in bulk. And most all of us understand that if you buy more of something, you have a shot at getting it at a better price. So when me and you go buy a cruise, we might get 1 cabin, maybe 2 at best, right? Well, World Ventures uses Dream Trips, and Dream Trips goes and buys hundreds of that same type of cabin. What are the odds that they're going to get a discount that me and you aren't privy to? Likely, right? So what they do is they go get all the inventory. They get the rooms, they get the cabins, they get places like I'm going to show you here in a little bit, 4- and 5-star resorts, and they secure hundreds of rooms at a time, and they put it on our app. And right through my phone, I can book a dream trip. You know, remember when we had long distance? Now there's no more long distance. Right on your phone, you're using Skype. Remember when you went to Blockbuster? Now there's no more Blockbuster. Right on your phone, you're watching Netflix. Remember when people used to go to a travel agent? It's not 1990 anymore. We're no longer going to travel agents. Right on your phone, you get to book your own dream trip and have even more value. And for me, even more trust that I'm getting the absolute best price and not having to you have commissions go through 4 or 5 people before I pay for my vacation. So another example of a trip that I've personally done, $659, 5 days, 4 nights at the Marval Residences. This is a 5-star all-inclusive in Nueva Vallarta, Mexico. Google that. Google Marval Residences and show me what pops up. Guys, so much experience here, so much value. $649, you get to apply 200 points. Remember, that means subtract. That's $459 for the first person for 5 days in paradise. And all the time people ask me, what is it you do? And my favorite thing to say is I take the comma out of vacations. And that's exactly what we do. $728 to go to Dubai. You get to apply, subtract 360 points. 5 days, 4 nights at the Fairmont Dubai. Breakfast included every single day. You got 2 nights for dinners included, and you have 2 separate excursions there. Dubai, guys, for about $400 for the first person. When I saw this, what I told my aunt was, this has to be real. There's no way that you could be fibbing about something like this. And it took me 30 plus dream trips up to this point now to tell you this is absolutely real, and people are doing this all the time. You just didn't know until now. So welcome to the club. We also have welcome dream trips. And what that means is when you become a member, during your first 90 days, we like to call this your honeymoon period. And during that honeymoon period, we're going to knock your socks off. We're going to drop that price down even lower. So I can go with you to New York, New York, $349. I get to apply, take away 50 points at $300, 4 days, 3 nights, right there in New York. Enjoying a Broadway show that's included. Listen, I'm not going to complain about spending $300 flat to go to New York for 4 days, okay? I can't buy a meal in New York for that kind of money, but I can go for 4 days for $300. But since you're brand new, not only do you get to go for a great price, you get to go for even better price than that. During your first 90 days, you go for $250. So you guys have an extra opportunity to really take advantage of the dream trips during your first 90 days. Don't be alarmed. You don't have to take a dream trip during your first 90 days. You just have to book a dream trip during your first 90 days. Book it for next January. We don't care. We just want to show you the value right away and put on your calendar an opportunity for you to make a memory with someone you love, somewhere you love. Behind all this travel, we do have a foundation, World Ventures Foundation. I mentioned this because one of the things I always wanted to do was mission trips. And my church had hosted different mission trips, but they were just so expensive. Many times people were trying to find sponsorship to do these things. I believed in the heart. I believed in the message of it, but I just did not have that kind of money. And when World Ventures Foundation showed me what they were doing all across the globe, I saw that we had volunteer trips for people who want to experience something, but also give back while they're there. Now, these are not how our trips are set up. These are separate trips that you can take advantage of if this is your thing. Now, if this is not your thing, don't worry, because when you become a member, you are helping us impact hundreds of communities communities across the globe where we go in with World Ventures Foundation and do a host of things for those communities, building schools, building, blacktops for different elementaries in third world countries. We've done everything from water wells to health development programs in Cuba. I mean, whatever you can think of, hundreds, literally hundreds of trips where you can give back. Again, guys, if you'd rather just sip a Mai Tai in Hawaii, we don't have a problem with that. We got that too. And when you become a member, you're helping us all be able to impact the world. Now, that's basically Dream Trips. And a few years ago, we started to create packages because we understand that different people travel differently, and that's okay. So the second package is Dream Trips Gold. It includes everything that we already talked about with a little bit more value and opportunity for you to enjoy your membership every day. Now, I talked about those points, right? Everybody gets points. Here's how. When you become a member today, every dollar you spend on your initial payment to get started instantly turns into a Dream Trip point. You see it today, right away, and you can apply it to a Dream Trip today, okay? So that means that when you get started, you get points no matter what. Everybody gets points. I feel like Oprah when I say this, you get points and you get points and you get points. We all get points, but we do. We all get points for joining and just becoming a member. When you're a gold member, you get more points for doing things like shopping within our network. This is going through your own online mall in your back office. You're provided this, and you can shop through Walmart, Target, Lowe's, Best Buy, Home Depot, all the places that are already taking your money. Yeah, me too. But when I shop through my website, I actually get a percentage back to travel with later. We also have an in-network partnership with restaurants right in my backyard. My favorite Mediterranean restaurant, my favorite Jamaican restaurant in my community is part of our membership. What that means is when I go dine there, take a picture of my receipt, and I get a part of that back as well to go on vacation with, to take dream trips with. So when I spend $20 at Mary's Mediterranean on the best land leg I've ever had, I'm going to actually get back about 8 to 10 points just for eating there. I was going to already eat there. Now it's going to help me take a vacation. And my favorite way that we can all earn points, this is for every single package, is by sharing the concept. Every time you share this with a family member or with a friend that sees value in it, you're going to earn points. My aunt was the first person I called, and when she signed up, I got points for sharing the concept with her, and now she's a wonderful member. And I was able to take more vacations because of that. Now, this is creating an ecosystem for our members, an ecosystem where we're tracking rewards points and applying them instantaneously. I mean, if I go eat lunch, the points that I just took a picture with, I could apply to a vacation immediately, right there before I leave the restaurant. How is this possible? Well, it took a little bit of work and a lot of genius, but what has happened is the idea of rewards card has just been totally astronomical and really gone up. Gone are the days of a little cardboard that you could just hole punch your way through, and that's how you track your rewards. We don't do it that way. In fact, when thinking about how to track rewards, we wanted it to be something that was fast, that was sleek, that was user friendly, and that was on the brink of technology. And that's where the Fly Card comes in. The Fly Card was birthed. It's a fun way, it's a fast way, a high-tech way to track your rewards points, but it's not just that. See, this device right here actually has 3 small computers in it. Computers that make it ultra secure, ultra convenient, computers that make it very smart. This particular card is actually a smart card. And just like this smartphone in my hand got rid of the camera, got rid of the Nintendo DS, got rid of the phone and another device for messaging, and now all those entities are tied up in this thing right here, that's what we're doing to your wallet. We're getting rid of all those cards in your wallet, and we're using them right here on this Fly Card because it can store all the cords in your wallet, and it's waterproof. Beacon technology allowing you to walk into the machine, tap, and pay. And the best part that I love, it earns my points and it tracks my points immediately. It's a touch screen where I set my code by touch and only I can unlock it. Guys, this is not something that's theory. This is actually something our company is beta testing right now. We have over 10,000 people globally that are using this every single day, helping us make it better and better. And if this is something that you find interesting, get with the person that invited you. We'd love for you to be a beta tester with us and help us kick this new technology out there. It's hot, it's sexy, and it's really caught fire in a lot of markets. We were just trying to create a fun, easy way for our members to track these points that you see. Going out to eat, instantly getting their dream trip points right on their card. So I talked about two things. I talked about dream trips, talked about dream trips gold, and we even have dream trips platinum. Now I'm not going to go through all the details of dream trips platinum just because there is a lot of value there and we would literally be here for another hour. We don't want to do that to you. But you know the easiest way for me to explain it? If you're the person that got the X, the new iPhone X instead of the 8, you're probably a platinum person. Take my word for it. That sounds like it's the package for you. We don't care what package you select. We want you to pick what's best for your family. But let's talk about Dream Trips Gold because a lot of people see value right there in the middle. Dream Trips Gold to get started is $199 one time. So let's round up $200 one time. Not per person, not per year, one time per household, per lifetime. Welcome to the club. Now the monthly on that is $55 a month. You might never pay a monthly fee. Well, let's pretend that you are. You're going to pay a $55 monthly fee. I'll talk to you about how we get rid of those fees in a sec. But let's start here and say you pay $55 a month for that fee. Remember, guys, every single dime that goes towards your membership, you're going to get back to apply towards a dream trip. That initial you get today, right away. Those monthlies, they add up, and on your anniversary date, you get them all back at once, like a big thank you for being a member, and you get to apply those towards a dream trip. All the time, people ask me, what's the catch? The catch is you got to take a dream trip. I know it's horrible. We're going to make you finally take that family vacation that you've been promising, but that's how it works. For me, I saw it like this. If I use my points on a dream trip and it's already deeply discounted, but then I get to apply my own money and discount it again, I felt like I virtually lost no money at all. I just had to take a vacation sometime in the next year. Remember, I showed you how we can earn points by sharing the concept? Well, my aunt, the first person I called, she was like, what membership do you have? And I told her I was a gold member, and she signed up to be a gold member. Right then and there, I earned 100 points just because she said that. Here's what's cool. The program has something called Refer 4, Pay No More. And it simply means that once I have 4 friends or family members come on board with me and see value in it, I never pay a monthly fee ever again. But here's a secret. They keep sending me that 55 points every single month as if I'm making that payment. And they're going to do the same thing for you. It doesn't matter if you waive your fees. We're still going to send you those monthlies so you can apply towards a future dream trip just cause. So that's the dream trip part. I know it's simple. I know you think that I probably forgot something or there's some numbers missing. No, if it wasn't on the slides you saw, it just doesn't exist. We're not those people. We don't got to trick people to go on vacation. We know we're dealing with people's friends and families, and who doesn't want to travel? So for me, I saw that at 28. I didn't even own a passport. I wanted a passport. I wanted a vacation. I wanted to go somewhere. So I got started and I started looking at the dream trips, and right away I realized that I had access to places that minutes before I didn't even qualify myself to see. And it's been 5 years. I've been to Africa, 2 different places. I went to a safari where I was literally 3 feet away from a wild lion in an African safari at dawn. I've been in Fiji. I've gone on a small boat to go find blue starfish, covered my body in blue starfish in Fiji, took the best picture ever. I've been to Bora Bora, in and out of the islands of Moorea, surrounding the Polynesian islands. I've been to Hawaii, 2 different islands. Maui, walked through the water, the rainfalls in Maui, and had an excursion there. I've been to Jamaica, climbing across a rope against a rapid river, hoping to make it across that rope to meet my friends on an excursion. Guys, I'm 33 years old, and I have been and experienced things that most people think they have to be old and rich to do, and I've been able to do it. So what you have to understand is that if you see nothing else of value tonight, what you have to admit is if those prices are real, and if we're telling you the absolute truth, you'd be a fool to not at least get a membership. We believe everyone's qualified to do that. We want you to try us on that. Look at these dream trips and start to dream and fantasize about where your family will go this year. It's exactly what I did. My little boy has been to Hawaii. He's been to 2 different places in Mexico. He's been to Alaska. And we've just had really an absolute blast as a family, being able to take our children somewhere they never thought they'd be. At 5 weeks old, he was in the Dominican Republic with me. I mean, these are just things I was not qualified to do prior to seeing this information. And now I have an all access membership to the greatest lifestyle club in the world, and you do too. So the vacation part, it's for everyone. The fun part, for everybody. We custom make this so that it suits everyone, no matter where you are. Try us on the vacations. We'd love to have you and see you on the beaches of the world. The second part, I have to tell you, it's not for everybody. And we understand that, but we do believe that you deserve to know how we market and how we share this so virally. So the second part is what I like to call the money part. I'm about to turn into your money friend. And as your money friend, I need to let you know that you're looking at the right time, right opportunity concept. It's travel, the largest industry in the world. It circles all under industries. So you're talking to your friends that you're selling pills, potions, and lotions. You got to understand that we bring in trillions more in our travel industry than they can ever hope to touch. It's home based business. I like to really say my phone based business, because wherever I'm at with my phone, my business will follow me, and I have the opportunity to share this virally, and I don't have to do the heavy lifting. I never have to do anything except talk about travel with my friends. I love that part. We are the world's leader in this category. There is no close second. The #1 travel club in the world, period. And there's no one close to how we are doing this and how we're just making this for everyone, accessible to the average man. My plan B, that really became my plan A. And I'm going to share my story with you. You got to understand, my story may not be your story, but then again, your work ethic might be stronger than mine. And if it is, you need to really pay attention. To become a rep, that gives us permission to pay you. That gives us permission to work for you around the clock. To get that permission, we need you to become a representative. That's $100 one time, $20 a month. If you've ever ran a traditional business, if you are an entrepreneur, you know that you can't buy a lemonade stand for $120. You can't even get your broke cousin who's a wannabe web designer to make you a plan, a website for $120. Trust me, I know. What I do know is for $120, I get access to the largest industry in the world, the #1 travel club in the world, in a system that's proven itself, that's worked over and over and over again for 12 years, and that has thousands and thousands of success stories across the globe for $120. We're talking about less than 50 cents a day so that you can get access to the largest, the biggest opportunity you'll probably see this year. Now, this isn't foreign. We don't want you to become Mr. or Mrs. Dream Trips. We want you to be yourself. I want you to think about this just like you thought about Facebook, something your friends were doing, you didn't know that much about, but it was interesting enough for you to get started. And that's how most of us heard about Facebook. I heard about Facebook when I was on MySpace, and I just thought MySpace was the coolest thing I ever seen. I was really disappointed when my sister went to Facebook. No page to design, no music in the background, no top 8. I did not want to be part of Facebook, but today I'm part of Facebook. I've maxed out every single slot for my friends. I'm part of Facebook, and I'm a wonderful business partner, I think. You know why? Because I helped Mark Zuckerberg build his business, and I didn't even ask for a single dime. Not at all. In fact, I feel like every year, I feel like they're going to start charging me to use this service. And I look at you the same way. You are a tremendous business partner because you too helped Mark Zuckerberg build his business to multi-billions, and you never asked for a single dime. See, what I'm talking about is not very foreign. We understand the concept of social networking and sharing something that you already do. You already share Facebook, you already share Instagram, Snapchat, Periscope, Meerkat, Twitter. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. All the apps on your phone that you've downloaded and you never got paid for doing it. We just want you to do the same thing, except this time you got a shot at earning a paycheck. And so what we believe is that if you could have shared Facebook with a few friends, you likely can share travel with a few friends. And here's how we get paid. I like to keep it very simple. For the very first 6 signups, that's $500. 6, not 60, 6. That's a way to make your money back. That's a way to even be in the green. $500 for having 6 friends that come on board with you. Here's what I knew. I had to know 6 people, because it takes 6 people to carry a casket. So if I didn't know 6 people, I had a bigger problem on my hands. And so I understand you probably know 6 people too. 6 friends that came on board, that's $500. We know there's all types of people on the line. We know there's people who are saying, you know what, that sounds awesome, but how do I make more? How do I keep that going? We also have residual income. Guys, this is the real reason I joined. People ask me all the time, why did you join? I said residual income. See, I knew rental properties were residual income. I also knew they were going to put me in massive debt, and the bank was going to stop lending me loans around my 4th or 5th property because I did it. I knew residual income, that was in insurance, but I didn't want to spend 25 plus years building a clientele that the government can change one law and take it all away from me. I also knew about music, movies, books, but the truth is I got a whole bunch of broke friends that are still trying to be rappers, a whole bunch of friends in LA that are struggling to be an artist, and I believe I could write a book, but I didn't want to write a book and not have done nothing in my life yet. And then the last way to residual income, because there's only 6 in the world, The very last way, network marketing. It's funny to me that many of us will listen to real estate dreams or even listen to the dreams of our friends trying to be a musician, and we never think twice about that. But when our friend says network marketing, all of a sudden we are inflicted with fear. Listen, there's only 6 ways in the world to earn a paycheck that comes to you every single month, no matter what you do. A paycheck that's not tied to Social Security or disability. Only 6: music, movies, books, insurance, real estate, and network marketing. I've already told you my problem with the other 5. Network marketing to me was the largest hole in the fence. And I use that verbiage because I feel like we are the Harriet Tubman to financial freedom. We show people that 6th way, that way out. And so here's what I joined for: residual income. Our very first level of residual income is 60 customers. We call that senior rep, and that means that you get up to $500 every single month, no matter what. Now, do not let that number intimidate you. Please do not let that number intimidate you. Here's my story. My 60 customers came from 15 of my friends that love the travel part. I had 15 friends that say, I'll do at least the travel part with you, and that grew to 60. To be honest, about 4 of them did that. But that's my story. Could you find 15 friends that maybe are excited about travel or money? Absolutely, you could. Even if it took you a year, you got to understand that you're tapping into residual income. Most people will die and never taste money that comes in no matter what. But every single one of us understands what it's like to have bills that come in no matter what. All I'm saying as your new money friend is let's match up those residual bills with some residual income. The next level is director. That's 180 customers in your organization. That's not a huge number. Listen to me. Do not disqualify yourself, because when I saw this number, I was intimidated. And I said, I don't know 180 people. But here's my real story. I had 30 friends. It took me 96 days. I had 30 friends come on board with me, and those 30 grew into 180. Now, I don't know if that'll be your story, but here's what I know. It happened to me, and I'm no one special. It could happen for you. 30 friends turned into 180, and that gave me access to almost $2,000 every single month residually. I want to stop there. Most of us are working right now on what I call the 40-40-40 plan. 40 years of your life, 40 hours a week, and when you retire, you'll have 40% of that income that you couldn't even live off in the first place. You're already signed up for the 40-year program. And let me be real. Most of you are working way more than 40 hours. I was working 80 hours a week. And I definitely knew it was going to be more than 40 years because I have my mom who was in education for 40 years. And then when she retired, she had to go clean houses. So I knew I was going to put in more than 40 years. I was 28, 27 actually when I started nursing. I was a brand new nurse when I saw this information. I was going to be 67 before I could retire. But that's not the sad part. Here's the sad part. My daughter was going to be 44 years old before I could have the time freedom to take her somewhere. I don't know, but I would imagine that at 44, trips to Disney with mommy would not sound so appealing to her anymore. So I was fighting for my time. Here's why I say this. You're on the 40-year program, and the average retirement or Social Security check that comes in this country, in America, is $1,800 a month. You're already on the program to get about $2,000 a month. You're just on the 40-year program. So let's supplement that, and let's put you on, I don't know, the 10-year program. It took me 96 days to hit this level. I am no one special, promise you. But what if it took you 10 years? Would it be worth it? Absolutely. What if it took you 20 years? Absolutely. What if it took you 40 years? Absolutely. At best, you're just matching the money that you already have coming in. If your boss offered you a way to double your retirement or nothing, you'd probably take it. And it would probably require a lot more from you than what we're talking about tonight. You know, if $500 and $2,000 doesn't interest you, if you're thinking, Wanda, this sounds good and that money would be a blessing, but I need way more. I need 6 figures in my life. Then you're like me. What you got to understand is there are no guarantees of income. And I say this and I'm very serious because I've had plenty of friends that come on board with me and then they wake up and a week later they're not millionaires and they're upset and then they quit. So I want to lay it out very clearly. If you're the person that quits everything you've ever done and you have no work ethic, then this probably isn't for you. You should just become a member because I promise you'll love that. But if you're the person that here recently has been finding yourself checking that bank account over and over and over again, checking that bank account before you can go out to eat, checking that bank account before you put lunch money in your baby's account, checking that bank account when you put your gas in your vehicle. If that's you, you're probably a hardworking person and you just need some information. You just need some money friends to put you in something, to put you on something that's worked. For me, I had no idea, but mostly what I was fighting for in my life was access to people who knew better so they could do better. You now know better. welcome to the team. We're going to help you do better. We're absolutely transparent in everything that we do. This is our income disclosure statement. It shows all the income that we make at every single rank. Listen up. Everything on here is a positive. So you could close your eyes, throw a dart, and whatever you hit is going to be in addition to the income you already have. So what is there to lose? Personally, I wanted to know what's the most. What's the most I can make? Here's why. I was working 6 days on, 3 days off as a nurse. I was about 6-7 months into that career, and it really was tiresome. And I laughed because I was like, well, you got about 39 and a half more years to go. But I was exhausted. I had children that depended on me. I had a husband that was constantly being deployed. I had a career that I was trying to fight my way for every dollar because the next generation of nurses were coming in. They'll work for less. I was stressed out. I remember telling my aunt when she showed me this part, I said, listen, I love you and I know you trust me and vice versa, but I need you to be very honest with me. This is not a sales pitch. You don't understand how much I need this to be real. You have no idea how much I need this to absolutely be exactly what I need it to be. And I'm very grateful that I did not let my ignorant skepticism stop me, because 7 months after I said yes to this concept, I absolutely replaced all of my nursing income as a marketing director in the company. Today, I am an international marketing director. When I hit RMD, they gave me this ring because I made my first 100 grand. That was my first 100 grand. I should have about 6 more rings. But then when I hit the very top level of the company, international marketing director, they gave me this bad boy right here. And IMD tells me I have access to earn an average of over $500,000 a year. Where else in this world was someone going to give a low-educated nurse with 5 children and a deployed husband a shot at $500,000 a year? Nowhere. So I said yes. And what I knew was even if it was a little bit real, I could do something with it. I'm 33 years old, and it's been 4.5 years since I've ever clocked into a job. In fact, I've had someone here recently ask me if I'd ever go back to a job, and to put it frankly, it would cost me too much money. It would be such a waste of time and resources for me to work a job. Once you see this level of success and you have access to it, you'll never think the same again. And that's all we're really inviting you to see is an opportunity, a way out, a shot. Because I don't know if you've been praying for your shot. You feel like maybe God's forgotten about you and everybody around you gets a break except you. This is your break. This is your sign. And you got to understand, here's the last thing we need to tell you. This is about positioning yourself. And I have a few friends on the line that not too long ago positioned themselves. And I want to bring some of them on the line to share their story. I believe the first person that we have on the line is Lily Ennis. Lily, are you on the line? Okay, that's okay. Let's go ahead and go to our second person that we had ready to share their story. And I believe that hey, Lily, there you are, girlie. Can you unmute yourself or you need me to do that?
I got it. I think I got it.
Beautiful. Go ahead. Take it away.
Okay, beautiful. Hey, guys, my name is Lily Ennis. I was born and raised in New York City. I saw this idea 4 years ago, and life is completely different. The travel side made a lot of sense to me because, to be honest, people like myself, we only went back home to the Caribbean, okay? But now, because of this concept, I've been able to go to Morocco, Qatar, Bali, Dubai, you name it, the list goes on and on. From the business aspect, it just made a lot of sense to me because as a physical therapist and also as an entrepreneur, I was completely time broke. I also was diagnosed 10 years ago with breast cancer. God is good because I'm completely healed. But at the time, I had lost my job. And what's crazy is that I had all the time in the world now with my children, but the income just wasn't there to do the things that I wanted to do. And so this company completely changed my life. I'm a residual earner, 6-figure income earner. I get to be a stay-at-home mom and be a rock star mom to my kids. Listen, LD, you better take it away. This is where you should be. You should be here.
LaDon, are you on the line? No. Mr. LD Buchanan, are you on the line, sir? Can you unmute yourself? No problem. I'm going to keep it moving so we can just respect the time. We're going to go ahead and go to Miss Sakina Abdul Jalil out of Arkansas. Miss Sakina, can you unmute yourself, please?
Here I am, Wanda.
Oh, there you are, LD. I was hoping that we didn't miss you. One of my favorite gentlemen in this entire business, man. Another military person, just really has my heart with his work ethic. LG, please take it away.
Sweet. Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's LaDon Buchanan. I saw this idea about 4 years ago. At the time, I was in my 10th year in the Air Force. When I saw the travel side, it made a lot of sense. When you pair up the amount that you pay for those trips, as well as being able to use that point system, it just made a lot of sense to me. And then, with that, I've been able to actually take over 25 dream trips. I've gone to Greece, gone to Jamaica. I've been blessed enough to go to Hawaii and a couple of other places. Now, when I saw the business side, I was grateful for my military income, but it definitely left some room in my bank account to just be nice about it. So I got plugged into that simple training system, and through this idea, within my first 3 years, I was able to qualify for this ring, saying that I made six figures in this idea. It's been an absolute blast, and I thank World Ventures 100%.
I love it. Thank you for your testimony, brother. We're going to go to Arkansas to Miss Sakina Abdul Jalil. Just another beast stat, another example that you really can do this. Miss Sakina, go ahead, take it away.
Awesome. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Awesome. So like Wanda said, I'm Sakina Abdul Jalil out of Little Rock, Arkansas. I've also been a part of this for 4 years, a little bit over 4.5 years now. And I love the travel. I wanted some more fun in my life, guys. I have 5 kids, 3 grandkids. I was overworked. I was working from 8 to faint, which is also why I decided to do the business side, because I have been able to take my children all around the world, Belize, Fiji, Greece, Jamaica, you name it, we've gone pretty much. But in order for me to be able to do that, I needed to buy my time back, because I truly was working from 8 to faint. I was making 6 figures as an interior designer, which was great, but it sucked that I didn't have time for myself or my family. So I really positioned myself. I follow the success clues, because success always leaves clues, and we have a fantastic system. I was able to replace my income, and now I get to live full time. So thank you, God, and thank you, World Ventures.
So grateful for you, sis. Thank you so much for your testimony. And finally, my girl, Alexia Jones out of Hawaii, another military personnel. If you see a little bit of a trend here, that's a good thing. That means we went back for our friends. Alexia, are you on the line?
I am. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sis.
Awesome. Hey, everybody. Happy New Year's. My name is Alexia Jones. Actually living in Hawaii right now. When I was first introduced to World Ventures 5 years ago, my husband and I were both active duty Air Force. And at the time, we were about 11 and 14 years in. We were introduced to this by a really, really good friend, had no idea what it was, had never done anything like this before. But our friend reminded us that we spent money like this on weekends we didn't remember. And we jumped in. Our start at the beginning was slow, but once we figured out what it was game over. So to date, we've been on over 20 amazing trips, Monaco, Iceland, Fiji, China, the list goes on. More traveling today in the last few years than I have in my entire life, and I'm 33 years old. We're able to live in Hawaii full time. We both walked away from the military at 16 and 13 years. And so World Ventures has given us a life where 5 years ago, I would have told you it was impossible. So it's been a huge blessing. So thank you, God, and thank you, World Ventures.
Thank you, Lexi. I totally appreciate you. So guys, those are just a few of my friends that when I showed them this slide right here, they told me they trusted me and they came with me. And you heard their story. They have positioned themselves to earn a minimum of 6 figures doing something part-time. What does this mean? That means there's a lot of you on the line. And many of you could possibly be going on the same team. So what you have to understand is that you have all the permission in the world to go think about it. And I'll tell you a few examples of thinking about it. If you're on the line, you're like, I don't have the money. I get it. I totally understand. But do not let that hold you back. That is not a no. Find the money. There's something in your garage you can get rid of right now that you've been meaning to put on Marketplace anyway. If you're on the line, you're saying, you know what, I really like it. I think I like this, but I need to show my spouse. Good. In 20 minutes, someone else is going to show the same information so your spouse can see what you saw. Zip your lip and just put their eyeballs on the screen so they can feel what you felt. If you're thinking, I don't have time, good. We're looking for busy people because busy people are successful people who don't sleep their life away. We're looking for people just like you so that we can go for it. If you like it, but you're thinking that was a lot of information, I don't get it, that's okay. Because 10 years ago, when someone offered me to buy stock in Netflix, I said no because I didn't get it. Don't be me. If those are all your objections, but you still like it, then you really don't have an objection at all. Understand we're looking for people just like you, just to share the concept, put a little more money and fun in their life. So this is you. And when you get started today and Bob signs up tomorrow, Bob's on your team. But let's say, you want to go think about it for a few days. That's okay. You absolutely have that right. To be honest, though, we can answer all your questions today. But let's say you want to think about it. Understand that if Bob gets started tomorrow and then you get started the day after, now you're on his team and not the other way around. Let me tell you a true story. A very good friend of ours told us, you know what, I'm not sure if this is for us. Talked to them. They actually got started that night. The very next day, we shared this concept with a gentleman who went in and put over 10,000 customers into this system. Now, my friend who almost said no, they absolutely benefited off of that. Their life is dramatically different. They do not work. They're actually one of the highest paid national marketing directors in the company, guys. And I'm able to say that I'm very grateful. That is one of my biggest successes in this, is that I was able to bring my friends with me. Being a nurse, being a pilot was never going to help the people that come from where we come from. So if you have any conviction to bless the lives that are around you that share the same struggle you do, then you might have just found your way. That's really all the information that we have for you tonight. So here's what you got to understand. Your friend is looking for a simple yes or no. It's okay if this isn't for you. You got to understand, we're going to still love you. We respect you. That's okay. But you're going to have to put up with seeing this again, because we've gone viral, and the odds are you seeing this again are really slim to none. You're going to see it again. It's going to happen. It might be your mama showing you. So go ahead and get started now. Get your questions answered. Get with your friend. Let them know, I love the travel. I love the money. I love both. Whatever it is for you. Guys, this is not stopping. The information I just shared with you right now is going to start over again in about 15 minutes. And following my presentation is a man who I highly respect, who is an absolute professional in this industry, and whose energy is off the charts. People follow him from all over the globe, and he has just been a millionaire mentor to so many. So ladies, I want you to hear me up, because when I saw this, what I told my girlfriend is I got to show my husband. It was a little bit of a lie, because I had spent that kind of money on Target and hid the bags in my trunk from him, but I said I have to show my husband. If that's you, I get it. I respect that, and I want to honor you. However, that cannot be an excuse after the next hour. Bring your husband into the room. Bring your friend on the line. Whatever it is, your partner, whoever it is that you got to get this information in front of, good. Congratulations. And I want to welcome y'all both to the team, because once they see Travis deliver this information in about 15 minutes, it's going to be an absolute yes. If you like it, you're not weird. You're like most people. They like what they see. I want to be the first person to say, book your dream trip and I will catch you on the beaches of the world. And if you give us permission to put money in your pocket, we will do that too. Guys, thank you for your time this evening. You have a wonderful, blessed evening. In about 15 minutes, our boy Travis Just is going to bring the heat and share this information one more time. Now, if you like what you hear and you want to hear a few more success stories from people all over the globe, old, young, black, white, done this before, never done this before, whatever it is, we have those stories in our company. And that's what I love the most. This number right here is our success story sizzle line. Just listen. Just call that number and listen to the stories. Listen to the lives that are being impacted. Be a fly on the wall. Keep that number. In fact, if you have someone in your life who's important and you want them to get started with you, keep this number. You're going to need them to call this in too, so that they can see and hear what you have seen and heard tonight. Now that you know better, you can do better. That's my time. I appreciate you guys. Hadi Atu Max, thank you so much for the opportunity this evening.
Thank you so much, Wanda. We are so appreciative of everything you do. You guys, we will close these lines out 15